Get out my house.
I kill you! I bring him to your
Welcome to Watch Mojo.
Oh,
and today
yeah.
we're counting down our picks for the top 20 hilariously awful movie fights.
No! No, why?
Hey, everybody can help us now!
For this
No.
list, to be ranking the movie fight scenes that were so bad, they're almost good. Have you seen any?
That last Airbender one is not good. Okay, I don't want to. There's no.
Or all of these films? Let us know in the comments. Number 20, Shadowboxing. Ator the Fighting Eagle.
The fuck is
Ator
this?
the Fighting Eagle was the first installment of count 'em, four Italian Conan the Barbarian knockoff movies.
Oh.
Born to defeat the Ancient One, the Spider King. You will be able to see that mark. But first,
Wait,
you must prepare yourself.
are they
The
Italian but in
series
English?
is absolutely a source of B-movie gold, including this debut entry from noted sleazemeister Joe D'Amato. The first Ator film
How come that guy on the right looked like John Cena?
is, for the most part, a basic Conan retread, though it does include a fight sequence between our titular hero and some menacing shadow warriors. Actually, menacing may not quite be the correct word
Oh,
to
I get
describe
it.
this
I didn't get what was happening. He's fighting the shadow. It's like a bad version of that Samurai Jack episode. Like a really, really way worse version. That Samurai Jack episode's lit. I want to say it's like Samurai Jack episode 40 or 42 or something, where he fights the shadow ninja and he puts on the light robe. Watch that. It's, that's good.
scene. Silly might make a bit more sense. Miles O'Keefe does
That's funny. It's like, it is bad, but I could see how you could think this would be a cool idea. You know what I mean? You'd be like, oh, and he fights the shadow on the wall. And it's like,
keep a straight face through it all. But yeah, this feels more like a cost-conserving measure than anything creative or exciting.
yeah, no. You think you're being, like, creative, but you just...
Number 18, A Clean Fight.
Wait a
Black
minute.
Belt Jones.
That's what's his name from, yeah, fuck. The Bruce Lee movie, Enter the Dragon.
Jim Kelly was
Jim
always
Kelly.
the sort of martial arts film star who never took himself too seriously. As a result, his filmography is full of well-intentioned and super fun films that also happen to feature some serious ass-kicking.
Forget it, man. I ain't going in there. It's a fortress. Well, fortress or no, it's top priority.
This sequence from Black Belt Jones might be a bit beyond the pale, although you'd never know it given how Kelly sells it all. It occurs at a car wash of all places and feels like
At the car wash.
1970s schlocky kung fu madness
It's very schlocky.
diluted into its purest essence. You want a funky soundtrack? We got your funky soundtrack. Jim Kelly in short shorts? Glad you asked. Here you go. Oh, and
That's what we call a thirst trap in 2023.
there's also suds. Lots of soap suds. What more could you want, really?
That guy's face! That guy's fucking face!
Number 17, Lurch Kicks It. Night of the Kick Fighters.
Wow, the
1988
choreography. Let's watch that again. Let's watch this beautiful... Let's look at this guy's face. Now, let's watch this beautifully timed and realistic looking choreography.
17, Lurch Kicks It. Night of the Kick Fighters.
Man, that tall guy on the left, he's just... God, he's a screen fighting master.
The 1988 film Night of the Kick Fighters features the classic action/espionage plot of let's get the band back together for one last job.
All right. Your crew, Brent. How soon can you be ready?
We'll be here by 10 tonight.
This is like... What year is this fucking movie? 1988? This is like the year... This is like... Back then, people would say words like kick fighters like it was a real thing. Night of the Kick Fighters. This is like before anybody knew what martial arts was. Yeah, Night of the Kick Fighters.
Your crew, Brent.
What the fuck's a
How
kick
soon
fighter?
can you be ready?
We'll be here by 10 tonight.
Night of the Sword Users.
And I want a full scope on the layout of those coordinates by then.
Still, we have to
Afternoon of the Dagger Wielders. Just give me money. I'll make all these movies.
wonder just what a kick fighter really is.
Man, that guy can sell. Look at him selling those attacks. Let's watch that again.
Is by then.
Still, we have to wonder.
I just glossed over what was going on with those ladies, by the way. I just glossed over that. Let's look at this guy sell. Look at him.
just
Oh,
what a kick fighter
oh, you can feel the
really
impact
is,
of those
exactly.
blows by his.
Before we can ever
Oh, look
figure
at his
it out,
punches.
though, we always just end up
His
distracted
attacks are
by
so
the Addams
fierce.
Family's butler.
His attacks are so fierce. His selling is so good. God, I've never seen it. Fuck off, Bruce Lee. This tall, bald guy, he's the king of screen
They're
fighting.
kicking some major butt. That's right.
What's going on with those-
If you thought Ponty looked a little familiar, that's because he's Carl Stricken, the actor who played Lurch throughout the 90s. This fight scene takes
I
place
don't know who
less
that
than
is.
5
I don't know who that is. I apologize to the movie buffs out there.
years before Stricken would take on the role, but it feels a million miles away.
So again, he's like really big, but man, his movements are so terrible. Yo, honestly, shout out to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for being a huge man who could move, because it's not easy, as this evidenced.
The sort of Z-grade action that thrived on video store shelves.
Z-grade action. It's not wrong. This is really bad.
Makes for some hearty laughs, that's for sure.
Wow, his acting there.
Number 16.
That's a good thing he fell into that bush, because he could have gotten seriously hurt being thrown through that window.
Final Fight. Ninja Terminator.
Wait, this looks pretty good,
True
actually.
connoisseurs of bad bordering on good cinema should know the name of Godfrey Ho.
Wait, hold on. That's Huang Zheng Li. That's like a real guy. That's why it looks good. Is that Huang Zheng Li?
Number 16. Final
Yeah, I recognize the technique anywhere.
Fight.
The guy in black is like, that's Huang Zheng Li. So is this like one of those movies where like they took a real kung fu movie, like overdubbed it and pretended it was a ninja movie? This is supposed to be one of those, right?
Ninja Terminator. True connoisseurs of bad bordering on good cinema should know the name
Yeah,
of
that's-
Godfrey Ho.
that's
This
him.
Hong Kong director was the master of cut and paste cinema, taking footage from unfinished or obscure films and splicing them together with new footage featuring ninjas or kickboxers.
Yeah, I don't like. Why was he allowed to do this? This thing's like copyright to a whole new level. The fact that he did this shit.
Ho's work is an acquired taste for
No, it's ass, bro. He stole a bunch of movies that no one saw, and then
sure, but Ninja Terminator might be his most well-known film, thanks to its completely bonkers execution.
so this actual action and choreography is pretty good, actually. It's just that it has nothing. The movie has nothing to do with anything because it's copy pasted. That was terrible.
Star Richard
That was-
Harrison, who was spliced into numerous Ho films without his knowledge, is ready to go in this ninja battle, all complete with stylish eyeliner. Meanwhile, the music stings are completely ridiculous, overshadowing the underwhelming action to an absurd degree. Then, well, it just sort of ends.
All right, kill me.
Your death will serve no purpose.
I've lost faith. I can never return to the Ninja Empire.
The overdubs are so fucking bad. Holy shit. I mean, Cynthia, well, actually was underwhelming. I mean, the little bit of the choreo there was okay. But yeah, it's all copy pasted, so it's... Yeah.
Number 15. A Man Disarmed. Deadly Prey. The
I thought he was going to have one arm.
1980s were a wild and fruitful time for the over-the-top action movie hero, featuring big marquee names like Stallone, Schwarzenegger, and Ted Pryor.
Get your men out of here and crawl back into the hole you came out of. You're playing a game that you can't win.
What? Do you mean to say that you've never heard of Ted Pryor, star of the 1986 B-movie action classic Deadly Prey?
Well, listen, you're never too old to learn something.
Where else can you find a camouflaged madman doing some unbelievable things with a disembodied arm?
It did happen! I fucking knew it! I knew it! Shout out to Zack Snow if you're watching this. Oh, he beats it with his own arm!
This is a movie that
The disrespect!
worries not about realism or physics.
You can't beat a man with his own arm. That's like double jeopardy. After you cut it off, that's crazy.
It's simply here to entertain with as much campy ultra-violence as possible. and it definitely delivers on that front.
Go ahead and kill me.
A little bit of the ultra violence.
Traitor.
Number 14.
Man, that acting. Oh, we're at Samurai Cop.
Spooning and gouging. Samurai Cop. The decision to
classic.
speed up an action sequence can be made for a number of reasons. Sometimes it's simply for sake of style, while other times it's done in order to make the actors in question appear to be more proficient fighters on screen.
So they call you Samurai. Let's see how good you are with the sword. Samurai Super Cop.
The finale of Samurai Cop is definitely the latter, as actors Matt Hannon and Robert Zadar square off. The choreography features a loving embrace by the pair, some not-so-successful gouging, and a conclusion that attempts some gravitas but doesn't quite stick the landing.
This is one of the worst movies of all time, Samurai Cop. But it is a so bad it's good movie. It's really fucking hilarious.
That's Samurai Cop in a nutshell.
You lost.
He put him in a Dragon Sleeper that was almost as good as Sonata's.
You lost face.
Number 13. Fighting in reverse.
Oh.
Atisoya Piravi. Reverse photography is a handy cinema trick filmmakers sometimes use to effectively stage a fight scene. Sometimes it's just a budgetary measure, since not a lot of time is available for multiple setups and takes. As a result, you get scenes like this one in 1999's Atisoya Piravi, an Indian film with fight sequences that, well, they've got gusto. We'll give them that.
India's always been known to have gusto. Indian action.
Our hero definitely seems ready to rock with his cool gloves, dad jeans, and, oh boy, some timeless white sneakers. Then the fighting starts, and it's surprisingly musical. It actually feels more like dancing than fighting, and is impossible to take seriously. Number 12.
That was
Slow
awesome.
motion. Secret.
I love that he took the fall feet first. I love that. I just like... I've never seen that before.
Executioners. This is probably one of Godfrey Ho's lesser-seen joints from the early 1980s, but it's
More
one
of this
that's
guy.
no less essential for fans of trash cinema.
I'm gonna kill you right here.
We'll see you there. Come on.
Secret Executioners
Manta
is
style,
barely
huh?
a film, cobbled together from 3 disparate sources. But it does feature this less than intense fight between 2 actors whose skills in the martial arts appear completely negligible. It's all a perfect storm of bad dubbing, atrocious clothes, and even worse moves. The sort of kung
I gotta be honest. I think this is the worst fight so far. I'm just watching this guy attack and the other guy dodge. I think everything we've seen before this was actually better. This is definitely the worst one yet.
fu that an average strip mall white belt could probably best. It's
Their
clumsy,
strikes are
horribly slow,
awful.
and completely hilarious.
So you're black-knotted yellow tiger. I'm gonna kill you. If you want to leave, you still got time.
He's not even on
Number
screen.
11, Silly Kicks, Death Warrior. Cüneyt Arkın is a hero of Turkish cult cinema. An honest-to-goodness tough guy for the common man who appeared in a number of unapologetically sloppy Z-movie efforts.
The music is kind of groovy. Why does he have a scimitar? Why is it?
Death Warrior still seems to be a cult film waiting for its time in the sun. And we hope that happens soon. Because where else can you find
The
fight
jumping!
scenes like this?
The jumping. Who edited this?
Seriously,
Who edited
Arkin's
this?
screen presence is so badass that his fancy footwork is almost not laughable. It's the sort of 1980s
Wow.
excessiveness bad movie fans live for. Death Warrior revels in the ridiculous, while Arkin mugs and prances for the camera with supreme confidence. It's definitely one of a kind.
This is insane.
Number 10.
That was fucking nuts. I didn't even know that existed. You ever see something that like opens up a new dimension of your brain? That's what that was just now. I gotta find that movie. Oh, I'm about to be very upset now.
And Dance Fighting, The Last Airbender.
No.
If you loved the OG
Why?
cartoon for its stunning fight scenes, Yeah, maybe skip out on this much maligned M. Night Shyamalan adaptation.
Why are you acting this way? You are powerful and amazing people. You don't need to live like this. There's Earth right beneath your feet.
There's an anticlimactic feeling in the air during the sequence where Aang and the Earthbenders revolt against their firebending oppressors. The music feels epic and the actors are attempting to bring some seriousness to the scene, but the group dancing Earthbenders are more silly than fearsome. We're pretty sure Toph called Aang Twinkle Toes, not her own people. The whole thing is oddly slow with what feels like fighters waiting for their cues. Should we even mention the special effects? Oh, the disappointment is so real.
This is so bad.
The Avatar would have to be an airbender. Are you an airbender, boy?
Leave him alone!
I left that in just to show you. They left that in just to show you how bad this is.
Neon Ninjas. Ninja Silent Assassin. The tagline title of Ninja Silent Assassin makes superb use of Godfrey Ho's penchant for connecting the unconnected movie dots via characters talking into a telephone. And it all leads up to yet another memorably awful...
That's Bryan Cranston.
...full final ninja fight.
So, you're the Knights of Justice.
I'm gonna kill you like I killed your wife.
Oh, and there's absolutely...
Their dialogue is always so similar. You know, I'm gonna kill you.
No mistaking the fact that these combatants are ninjas, since their neon headbands spell it out in plain text. There's a whole lot of musical swell and climactic build to their final fight, to the point where the audience wonders whether anything is actually going to happen. Well, it does, and it's not great. It's sub-Power Rangers fodder without the payoff. But you had to know that going into it. Number 8, Miraculous Recovery.
More like Powerless Rangers, because it sucks.
Recoveries. Ricky O, the story of Ricky.
Now, the thing about this is that Ricky O fucking rules, okay? I will not have Ricky O be slandered by having it thrown in here with Godfrey Ho and The Last Airbender and that other movie that I gotta look up again with the guy with the scimitar. Ricky O is awesome.
It's pretty easy to enjoy 1991's Ricky O, the story of Ricky, on multiple levels. On one hand, you can appreciate the amount of ingenuity and skill it took to pull off this film's imaginative special effects. Then again, when the final product is this...
Yukari Oshima's in this movie? She's a legend. She's a Japanese legend. But she's a Japanese Hong Kong legend. Hong Kong martial arts movie legend.
Over the top, you also have to smile and go along.
She's like
for
actually
the
really
ridiculous
good.
ride. There are miraculous recoveries from straight-up deadly injuries, all of which are gruesome enough you'll just have to watch for yourself. Oh, and did we mention the warden who turns into a giant monster? Yep, Ricky O has it all.
The warden turning into a monster is classic cinema.
Number 7, Having a Ball. The Intruder. Film industries from Hong Kong, Italy, and Turkey are all rightfully celebrated for their fertile B-movie output. But Indonesia is perhaps a less heralded, yet no less impressive source for the same sort of wonderful garbage.
I'll give you anything you want. Don't kill me. Don't. Shut up, pig. Get him.
The Intruder is an unapologetic knockoff of First Blood, to the point where the main character is named Rambo, for crying out loud. Peter O'Brien...
I don't see the similarities.
Action face is magnificent as ever as he throws punches left, right, and center. Still, it's his magic rubber ball that steals the show, defying gravity and the laws of physics at every turn.
Wait, he has a rubber ball Mjolnir? Or boomerang? Or it comes back to his hand?
Don't mess with Rambo.
Let's get the hell out of here!
Hey, what's the matter, guys? Don't you want to play?
I'm a big man around here. You won't get away with this.
Number 6, Martial Arts.
Hell yeah.
Gymkhana. You have to
Jim
admire
Cotta.
Olympic gymnast Kurt Thomas for attempting to parlay his natural athletic skill
legend.
into an action movie acting career, especially when the end results are Jim Cotta. This cult action
I like that he had to wear those shorts. You know, and you might be saying he didn't have to wear those shorts. No, he did. He had to wear those shorts.
flick puts the flip into flipping ridiculous, as it explores cliche action tropes with stone-faced seriousness.
Who's this?
I don't know.
His name's Zamir. He intends to overthrow...
It's Richard Norton, another Hong Kong. Well, he worked in a lot of Jackie Chan and Sammo Hung movies. I don't know if I'd call him a legend, but he was there a lot.
With stone-faced seriousness.
Who's this?
I don't know.
His name's Zamir. He intends to overthrow the Khan and sell the country to the other side. And he's a viper. And your welfare is of no interest to him.
It's this sincerity that ultimately works in Jim Cotta's favor, however, especially when Thomas uses a pommel horse during a fight in the village square. The musical soundtrack amps up the gravitas of the sequence, despite the fact that it looks like Thomas is just going through his warm-ups while bad guys fall at his feet. And who put that pommel horse there anyway?
What do you mean? Every town has a pommel horse.
Number 5, Thor Kicks Ass. Rock and Roll Nightmare. No, not that Thor. We're talking about John Michael Thor, the heavy metal rocker turned horror/action actor with some attitude to spare.
Nice effect, Randy. I like that look.
Did we say attitude? Let's add ego to that mix too, as Thor preens and prances his way through subpar horror gags and seemingly endless sex scenes until he finds himself squaring off against the big bad. How bad, you might ask? How about the freaking devil? Yep, Thor goes toe-to-toe with Beelzebub, and it's as ridiculous as you can imagine.
Damn.
An oiled-up Thor dodges demonic thingamabobs before duking it out with a puppet Satan in a manner that's tough to take seriously, but easy to love.
You win this time. This place is yours.
You know, between this and the fiddle contest, I feel like the devil gives up a lot. You know? Someone should tell him to believe in himself.
Number 4. That's Mr. to you, Mr. No Legs.
Oh.
The 1978 Mr. No Legs may be low-budget exploitation,
wait, hold on. It's literally called Mr. No Legs?
Nothing exploitative about the story of its star, Ted Volrath.
What did you tell him? Well, since the factory's closed today, I told his friend the cop wanted to see him over there right away.
Well, what's he gonna do when the cop doesn't show up?
Oh, he'll be there, too. I decided to kill two birds with one stone.
The man lost his legs in service to his country during the Korean War, but he didn't let this stop him from earning a black belt and for crusading to help other folks with disabilities learn martial arts. That said, the film banks on the visual of Volrath fighting in and out of his tricked-out wheelchair. The movies seem to know how striking it looks, and Volrath seems game to go above and beyond to shoot fight scenes that may look ridiculous on the surface, but are also profoundly interesting from a film history perspective.
Well, his ground game is unfuckwittable.
Number 3, Cheap Cheap, The Room. Like a bad...
The classic.
Rash, The Room can't seem to avoid being the topic of nearly every list about bad or so bad they're good films.
You are lying. I never hit you. You are tearing me apart, Lisa.
But it's so valid when you've got fight scenes like this one to run alongside.
Did we ever find out what happened to the poor girl that played Lisa? I feel so bad for her.
Overacting, gratuitous sex scenes, and horrible dubbing. Johnny's cheap, cheap, cheap taunts are incredibly silly, while the pushing and grabbing looks like a schoolyard tussle gone horribly wrong.
Just a chicken. Chip, 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 chip.
This is yet another reason why cinemasochists keep returning to The Room to get their fix of cringe. Probably won't need another fix for a while, though.
All right. Okay, folks, everything is fine. Fight is over, folks. I'm sorry, Mark.
Number 2. See a Stingray, Undefeatable.
Oh, this is the classic.
A little different from Godfrey Ho's signature stuff. For starters, it's not a cut-and-paste job, and it features certified martial arts legend and badass Cynthia Rothrock in the lead role.
What are you guys picking on me for? So I make a little bit of money on the side. Big deal. I have bills to pay. I have a sister in college.
Make no mistake, however, Undefeatable is still weird, just not poorly made by Ho's standards, of course.
That's pretty bad.
The final fight is particularly memorable thanks to the villainous performance of Don Nyam as Stingray. Nyam's mugging for the camera is kind of iconic, if we're being honest, and his death scene gets quotably cringy quips from both Rothrock and her co-star John Miller. It's eye puns galore as Stingray goes for one painful ride, eye first, on a hook.
Keep an eye out for you, Stingray.
Yeah. See ya.
Before we...
Yeah, I've watched that scene. It's yeah.
Continue. Be sure you're setting flying dropkick. Godzilla versus Megalon.
Come on, you can't put a Godzilla thing in the... Well, I guess you can.
Who better to top this list than the king of monsters himself?
Hell yeah.
Godzilla?
I think my grandma owned this on VHS and that I watched a bunch as a kid. How many of them have Jet Jaguar?
The G-Man made a killing toning down the gravitas of his films for younger audiences back in the 1960s and 70s, with Godzilla vs. Megalon featuring one particularly memorable moment. Godzilla and the size-changing...
He does the MJF.
...robot Jet Jaguar take on the team of Megalon and Gigan, and decide to go all WWE on them. Godzilla gets so excited...
Yeah, this is the VHS that I watched as a kid. And he's going to do the John Woo shotgun dropkick.
That he does a flying dropkick as a special attack. So excited it seems that he does it twice.
He does.
Honestly, we could watch this on a loop all day.
Godzilla kick!
Did you enjoy this video?
Oh shit, that's scary. Yeah, I enjoy it. Look at just that image alone. That image alone makes my day.